All right, today we've got a showdown you probably never saw coming. We're putting two absolute titans of industry in the ring. The forklift you see everywhere, and its super specialized, high-reaching cousin. This is gonna be fun.
Seriously, take a second. When I say forklift, what do you picture? It's probably big, maybe a bit clunky, probably yellow, right? Rumbling around a loading dock. You've got that classic image locked in your head.
And look, you're not wrong. That machine is an absolute hero, the undisputed champion of getting stuff done. But the world of moving heavy things is way bigger than just that one machine, and today we're going to meet the other major player in the game.
Okay, so let's get into it with our first contender. This is the machine that kind of sets the standard for everyone else. This is the OG, the one that has pretty much become the dictionary definition of a forklift.
The secret to how it works is right there in the name. Counterbalance. Just think about a seesaw on a playground. It's all about balance. You've got the engine and this huge heavy weight in the back acting as one person on the seesaw, and it perfectly offsets the heavy load being lifted by the forks in the front. It's just simple, powerful physics at work.
So what makes this thing the ultimate jack of all trades? Well, the fork sticks straight out the front, so it's super easy to just drive right up to a pallet. It actually steers from the back wheels, which gives it this surprisingly nimble turning circle. And you can get them powered by anything, electric, gas, propane, and with different tires, which means it's just as happy on a polished warehouse floor as it is on the bumpy ground of a building site.
And now for our second contender. This machine was designed, born, and bred for one single environment. And in that world, it is the absolute, undisputed king. We're talking about the narrow, sky-high aisles of a modern warehouse.
Now, the reach truck has a completely different philosophy when it comes to staying stable. It doesn't just rely on a big, heavy backside. Instead, it uses this really clever design. It has two legs that stick out forward with wheels on them, kind of like the outriggers on a canoe. This creates a really wide, stable base so it can lift things way up high without ever tipping over.
Every single thing about this machine just screams precision. It's incredibly compact, built to turn on a dime in spaces you wouldn't think possible. It's pretty much always electric, so it's clean and quiet for working indoors. But its real superpower? Its ability to reach, to get to incredible heights in those super tight aisles where no other machine can even fit.
All right, so we've met the fighters. In one corner, we have the brawler, in the other, the fencer. Let's put them head-to-head on a few key stats to really see what makes them tick, and where they really differ.
You know, this really gets to the core of their design. It's brute force versus smart design. The counterbalance just uses sheer mass, a huge chunk of metal, to stay upright. The reach truck, on the other hand, uses an engineered footprint, a smarter, more elegant solution for its very specific job.
And that difference in design basically dictates where they can play. The counterbalance is like your rugged, all-terrain vehicle. It's happy to go almost anywhere. The reach truck, that's a high-performance race car. It's absolutely unbeatable on its home turf, that flat, smooth warehouse floor, but you wouldn't even dream of taking it off-road.
Okay, let's look at the tail of the tape. When we're talking about pure, raw lifting power, it's not even a contest. The reach truck maxes out around 4,000 pounds. A standard counterbalance starts there and just goes up and up, with some heavy-duty models lifting over 100,000 pounds. We're talking a weight of a whale here.
But, and this is a huge but, this is where the tables completely turn. Just look at that vertical reach. Your average counterbalance might get you 15 feet in the air. A reach truck? It can soar up to 45 feet, sometimes even more, placing pallets on shelves that are literally stories high. This is its entire reason for existing.
So, after all that, who wins the face-off? Well, here's the thing. That's the totally wrong question to ask. This was never about which one is better. It's about which one is perfectly designed for a very specific job.
It all comes down to a really clear set of trade-offs. With the counterbalance, you get raw power and amazing versatility. With the reach truck, you get incredible precision and height. You basically sacrifice one to get the other. You pick the machine that has the strengths you absolutely need and the weaknesses you can totally live with.
And honestly, this quote from the source material just nails it. It's such a simple but powerful checklist. What are you lifting? How heavy is it? And how high up does it need to go? The answers to those three questions will point you to your champion every single time. You know, when you take a step back, this isn't just a story about two types of forklifts. It's a perfect real-world example of one of the most fundamental principles in all of design. Form follows function. The way something is built, the way it looks, it's a direct result of the job it was created to do. So here's a thought to leave you with. The next time you see any piece of equipment, a garbage truck, a crane, anything, don't just see the machine. Ask yourself, what weird, specific problem was this thing built to solve? I promise you'll start to see a whole world full of these amazing hidden specialists, all hiding in plain sight. Thanks for tuning in.